Hi everyone, this is Emmy, and I'm here today with ALLFREESEWING.com, and I'm going to show you how to make this very easy fleece hat, the easiest fleece hat to make in the world, and there's very minimal sewing, and it's easy enough that if you wanted to teach a youngster how to sew, it would be a great starting project for beginners. And so let's get started. First thing you'll have to do is measure to see how large your hat needs to be. The average adult head is approximately 22 inches. I'm making a hat for a person's head that measures 21.5 inches, so I cut my rectangle 22 inches long by 11 inches high. And make sure the stretchy side goes around the head so that it'll be comfortable to wear. How tall you make your hat, mine is 11 inches, doesn't really matter, just as long as you have enough to roll it up at least twice on the bottom. Fold your rectangle in half and make one seam, and because you only need one seam, even if you didn't have a sewing machine, you could make this hat by just using a running stitch with a good strong thread. Okay, so here's my strip of fabric, and I have it folded in half, and now there's the fold. Now I'm going to sew a seam down this edge. Okay, so now we have this seam sewn up, and we're going to turn the hat right side out. Okay, so here's the hat turned right side out, and there's your back seam, and yes, you're going to have a little bit of the seam showing, but really I don't think it looks that bad. Okay. Okay, so I'm just trying to do this one-handed while I hold the camera. What you're going to do is just take about 1 inch snips all the way across the top of the hat. Now I'm just going to turn the camera off and go ahead and finish that, and then I'll come right back. Okay, I've got my fringe all cut, and when you're here at this part, at the seam, you can just snip that right off, and it won't even be noticeable once the hat is finished. Okay, I've cut that part off. Okay, next step. Okay, I've got my fringe all cut, and now I'm just going to run a running stitch all along the hat, just below the fringe. And there can be large, there can be big stitches. It doesn't have to be tight stitches. Okay, like this. Almost done. Okay. So now I've reached the beginning of where I started gathering my thread, and I'm using black thread so you can see what I'm doing. And so now I'm just going to gather all of this up. So we're going to gather up all of our fringe in a nice circle. So get it good and snug. So we're just going to take a couple of stitches to secure the gathers. Like that. And then what I like to do is, and this is where it comes in handy if you've got good strong thread, is just to wrap the thread around the bottom of that fringe, like that. And then just take a couple of stitches to hold that in place. Like that. Okay, now we can cut off our thread. And look, I did that in black thread, but now when we ruffle and fix our pom-pom, you won't even be able to see that once it's been worn and fluffed up a bit. So that's the way the hat looks at this stage. You've got your ruffle on top, and this is how it's going to roll up. So now I'm going to get it together and show you how it looks. So here we go. Here's how the hat looks with no embellishments. And that could be great for a guy or a gal, for children, for adults, it doesn't matter. You can have it just like this, but now I'm going to show you how it looks with ruffled flowers, which is another tutorial. And so here's the hat with a ruffled flower in a contrasting color. And here it is with a different color flower. And there you have it, the easiest hat in the world made with polar fleece. Brought to you today by ALLFREESEWING.com. Make sure you drop by the site. There's lots of free patterns and tips and hints and tutorials on how to sew. And thanks for watching.